Right, a couple of people that I used to follow made a video very recently. One of them is called Vlad9VT. I want you to check the video that it did a few days ago. And, you know, I've been putting out videos, like I've told you, anything that both sides, mainstream archaeology, people, you know, independent researchers, right, that say anything that say tomb, rock cut structures, underground cities, I've told you, everything is built. I've touched on the Hypogeum, the Emperor's tomb in China, and I'm going to touch on this one, right, and some other stuff. And basically I have showed you the, you know, the best ones that they can throw at you, and there's one more, and it's the site in India, and I'm going to show you that it's built right, and it looks like it's built in two sections, like there's an older thing going on, which I will get into in the next video, which is absolutely massive. It's like anyway, these first three images is to do with the Emperor's tomb thing, okay, which I destroyed and showed you it was a structure. But at the end I showed you a couple of images of the large pyramids, and I said that they could possibly be houses, yeah, structures that have been completely flooded in with sludge, clay, right, and buried and collapsed, and I said that that's what they appear to be, right. This one here, again, look at the shape of this. It's got a flat top roof. I showed you structures in Japan, right, because these were built very similar. Everything we have now, every building method has been learnt from the past. It's knowledge from the past. Everything we have has been done before. Everything, right? And even this pyramid, right, you can see actually how it's not straight down, is it? It's not even shaped like a pyramid. Look, it actually curves and goes like that, okay? There's a lump there. That is where the edge of the roof is, and this has just been filled in, right? This one is an excavation of a smaller pyramid, what they call a pyramid, right? And what do you think you're looking at here? They've not just excavated it like this for the sake of it, in this perfect shape. This is exactly how you would build one of these structures. This is the actual structural shape, right, you know, of what was holding the roof up in the first place. Look at it. And there's other things in this. Look at that. Right, because it obviously had a roof over it that will have fallen over. This next image, right, I'm telling you, this image is what prompted me to put these three images on this video. This is in China, and this is absolutely massive. As you can see, these are people, they're cars. They've been excavating down this. This isn't named as a pyramid, it's just a mound in, you know, mainstream archaeology, archaeological circles, right? And I'm telling you that this is a massive structure. I'm talking about, this looks to me something like an airport, yeah, how we would build in an airport terminal, yeah. You can see, if you can't see it on this video, I want you to go to my Google page and look at what I'm pointing out to you. You can actually see the struts on this thing, the imprint, yeah. And there's that huge circle there, right, because this thing will have had massive beams made out of high grade technology stuff, right. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one at the end, and you can see the struts, right. You can see the bar there. These things are not just, they've not just been excavated like that. This is actually part of the structure, right. Look at the shape of it. We build things on this scale and this. That's what it looks like from the back, yeah, so you know where I am. Look at it. This is sand, yeah, this is concrete. Oh yeah, there's a few areas that's actually got a layer over it. It's like they layered something over it. I don't know how they did this, but I know that the pyramids in Mexico even, yeah, you know, at Teotihuacan, they had this type of layering over it as well. That's it there, you see that layering? It's like a glass, something like a glass, yeah, you know. Independent researchers call this, you know, vitrification, like in Peru and that, and it's not vitrification, it's something else. I want you to look closely at that image, right, because this is not basalt. This is sand, this is concrete and sandstone. That's all it is. Right, and you see how that's been carved. This actually will have been one solid piece at one time, this here, right? And they've carved these pillars out at a later time. That's why they are on these. There's no reason for these to be stood on this, right? But they were using some type of high technology, I do know that, and it's gone wrong at some stage. Can you see those cut marks? Yeah, that shouldn't be like that. It's like something's been placed on it and it started cutting from the roof and it's gone all the way down to the floor. It wasn't meant to do that. It was only meant to carve the centre bit, and they've left it. So that proves alone that to do this, obviously they were using some type of really high technology. What do you think this is carved from? This is sandstone, yeah, and it's built, every single piece here is being put on separately, right? It's actually built on bricks and things like that, and they placed these over. Don't be thinking that they just carved this stuff from one solid block, yeah? They haven't. Right, this is a serious image, right? I want you to see this. You see that pillar there? This is, you know, it's the same type of area, but it's not that size. But can you see there's a massive hole inside that pillar there? And it's like the one of the pillars I showed you in Egypt, yeah, because, you know, there's different stages of history, yeah, you know, there's megalithic, there's stuff like how we're built today, and then stuff's built from the rubble from that, and then there's, you know, the last era, which was building stuff like the Romans did, yeah, trying to copy in an inferior way. But that pillar has got a huge hole in it, and you can see it's actually bricks inside, yeah. And then it's got a layering of stuff. You can actually see, look, if you don't think these are built, they're actually in perfectly spaced lines, yeah, because these pillars have been placed, you know, well, I've just showed you it's built, but then there's this outside bit has been placed over it. Every single piece has got lines in it. This stuff, right, it's not basalt for one thing, right? I don't know if it's carved from something like a pyroclastic floor, like ash. It's really soft stuff, put it that way. It's even softer than sandstone, right? It's not basalt. But I think it's something else. I think this is some sort of unbelievable catastrophe, like I've got it with Sodom and Gomorrah and other places, is what's happened to this place. Again, look at it. I pulled out the most, you know, obvious images for you of these places, yeah, to prove to you that this is not basalt, it's sandstone, ash, yeah. And this elephant has been built. This elephant is in two sections. This has not been carved from the floor up, yes. And if you don't think it's carved in two sections, why does that band, yeah, why has the stuff around it eroded faster? Because it was softer. This was metal, actually, at one, this band was metal at one time, and it's leached the lime and whatever and turned into this material, and that's why the surrounding stuff has corroded faster and left that band, because it was in two halves. So were the legs. It's built, not carved, and it's not basalt. It just goes black from whatever event has taken place. Look at it, right? This stuff is as soft as sand almost. These are not from cutting technology. This is just erosion from water, yeah, condensation getting on the wall, and it runs down. A bit like the back of the Sphinx, okay? Yeah. What were I showing in this image? Can't see it now. Anyway, like I say, check this site here is a bit further down. This will be in the next video because all this is built, guys, but we're going down here anyway. I'm waiting this stuff here, yeah, it's like what's at Petra, and anyway, I'll get into that later. I just wanted to get it across to you that this stuff is not basalt, right, and it's not being carved from the actual rock itself, it's built. That's all I wanted to show you. This is what we're going to be getting into next, right? This is something else completely, right? Don't be thinking that's natural.